Hi there. I'm Sean, though you might know me as Eldritch Stream. I'm testing the waters with a new video, so let me know what you think. Today, we'll be looking at a creature I made a little while back. I'm a big fan of the 2D Castevania games, Symphony of the Night, Dawn of Sorrow, etc. Today's beastie will be recognizable to anyone familiar with those games. From this point on, the video isn't scripted, and maybe that's a mistake, but here we go anyway. We're taking a look at the Axe Armor. These ironclad zombie warriors are enchanted to be bound to their weapon. So they bear a magical bond to their titular weapon, though the more powerful than, say, a zombie shambler. I can talk. These creatures are mindless servants of greater evil, being purpose created to act as guardians and shock troops. Axe armors do not occur spontaneously like many other undead. Instead, they are purposely created, and they have to be bound to an axe of some kind. Now, the normal axe armor here has a battle axe, essentially, but as with the other axes section that you can see in the top left here, you can swap that out for another axe that has some alterations to it. So they might be using a bigger axe that trades higher damage for less accuracy in monster creation, or be taking away their ability to block with the shield. You might also give them a throwing axe, which increases the range that they can throw their axe, because they can always throw their axe. That is one of their special abilities. I did make this a long while before the remaster, so we've got neutral evil, medium, undead, mindless, zombie. They've got a pretty mediocre perception, but they're quite athletic. Much like other zombies, they don't have a lot going for them, but they're good at what they're good at. They are chunky on hit points and AC, and they have a shield with which they can block, or with which they can raise a shield and increase their AC. Though most of the time, this will be something that isn't top tier for them, because that does require some consideration, and they're not very smart, in that they're completely mindless. So if they're not commanded to behave defensively, they probably won't. But we have our standard weaknesses for zombies here, +5 and /5, as well as it being equipped with full plate. So it's got good gear on it if you need good gear. Battle axe, just plain old battle axe. It disenchants when it's not used by the zombie, as it's the bond that improves its power, not any enchantments on the axe itself. Much like other zombies, they are permanently slowed 1. However, unlike most zombies, they can use reactions, so that's the hindered ability. But if we go down, they're quite slow, as you might expect, a speed of only 20 feet. However, they have their bonded axe, which has the brutal, sweep, and thrown 10 feet abilities, or traits. Deals 1d8 plus 9 slashing damage. They are chunky damage dealers, a little low, but very versatile. And they also hit hard with their fists. But here's their sort of bread and butter at Axe's bond. The axe armor's bonded axe is more dangerous in its hands than any others. Regardless of what kind of axe it is bonded to, it gains the benefits of the thrown 10 feet and brutal weapon traits. Additionally, the axe returns to the axe armor when thrown, as if etched with a returning rune. So no amount of throwing just makes their axe go away. It'll always come back to them. Embedding axe, basically it throws its axe into an enemy. The axe armor hurls. It's supposed to say hurls its axe, make a bonded axe strike, If it hits its target, the axe embeds itself, dealing damage as normal and dealing 1d6 persistent slashing damage for as long as it remains embedded. A creature can succeed its recovery check to end the persistent damage, in which case the axe falls to the ground. The embedded creature can use their unarmed attack or athletic skill to escape by removing the axe, which is DC 20. It can then, on its turn, use recall axe. So if its axe just ends up on the ground for that reason, or if it gets disarmed, it just teleports the axe to its grasp. And that's it, basically. But if it is embedded in an object or creature, it deals some damage. So one of the things they can do is throw it, jam it into you, and instead of letting you suffer the persistent damage, they can go ahead and just try to yank it out for some extra damage. And then their sort of highest ability is Twain Throw. And this allows them to throw their axe in a 30-foot line in a much more violent fashion, dealing 46 or 48 slashing damage. And then it comes right back. The damage applies weaknesses and resistances twice, although the straight damage is only applied once. So against something that's resistant, this isn't very good, but against a enemy that is weak to slashing, this is incredibly good. But it's kind of just standard for most creatures. There's also mention here of other zombie armors. The art of creating axe armors is practiced by adept necromancers, though is only one such train of thought in specialized warrior zombies. Some are known to create other zombie armors with strong bonds to their armaments. Great armors wield massive swords in a single hand, wielding either elemental magic with the other or massive tower shields, and double armors dual-wield weapons with a concerning efficiency that belies the usual clumsy slowness of zombies. There's also bomber armors, which we can look at maybe in another video, because I've already done those. But this zombie here, this axe armor, art is from the Castevania games, of course. I do not own this. And this is all available completely for free on my Patreon, which has nothing behind a paywall. You can find the link in the description. And let me know what you think of the axe armor. Would you like this in your game? What would you change other than the obvious mess up in some of the typing there? Do you think it's a good take on the axe armor from Castevania, or do you think I missed the mark? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, peace.